Hello guys, this is Adam and I hope that you are doing good. Today I am showcasing a cable from a company called Silkland. The cable is an ultra high speed HDMI cable. Then what you can do with it is 8K at 60 Hz or 4K at 120 Hz, and then the transfer speed is 48 gigabits. Now in terms of these cables, what is unique about them, they are ultra high speed as I said, and they are certified as well. So each cable you actually buy, there is a certification right here. As you can see, you can simply scan that barcode and it will show you the certification for the cable. And the cables are really good in terms of the transfer rate and then in terms of the quality as well. I have used that cable, as you can see, to connect it to my M4 MacBook Air and also my M1 Max MacBook Pro without any issues, and I was able to run a 4K monitor at 120 frames, as you can see right now, with no issues, and that was it through this cable. This cable in a general sense is better than the generic cables that you get, whether you get them with your console or with your devices, whether that's you buy from Amazon or whatever that might be, or even if you get, let's say, a cable with your console, this is actually better. So if you want something higher quality, whether that's for a console or whether that's for a Mac, which is the case that I use it for, I do recommend this cable. Now in terms of the build quality, as you can see, it is a braided cable, so the build quality is actually really nice. And if you ever had the opportunity to touch the new cable from Apple, the braided cable to charge, this is very similar to it in terms of how it feels and then in terms of the material as well. The length, you can get the length that you want when you are purchasing it, which the link is in the description, but overall it's a good cable and I do recommend it. And even if the cable, let's say, get twisted like that, because maybe you would have it under the table or whatever that might be, you will not have the cable lose any of its quality over time or whatever that may be, because simply I can wrap it just like that and then the cable would still be acting as it should in terms of the transfer speed and such, just because the cable is really high quality on that end. I have tested it with multiple things, such as playing video games through Xbox, and also I did test it with my 4K monitor and then my 1080p monitor. With my 1080p monitor, I managed to get it to 240 Hz through my Windows laptop, and then in terms of the Mac, I managed to get it to 120 Hz 4K. And I want to highlight something. Usually the top of the cable, I just don't like the quality of it. This one, the quality is much better, where it's actually made of aluminum, so you will be sure this will be lasting a very long time. And also this cable is capable of producing 8K. Now personally, I have not tested it with 8K, but if you do have an 8K monitor, you can. So when you get such a cable, you are actually future-proofing yourself. However, I would say the main case when you have a cable like that is not to run it, for example, with 8K, which obviously you can, but the main thing is so that you can run it with 4K but at a higher frame rate, for example 120 FPS flat. So let's say, for example, you have a 5070 Ti or a 5090, which are the new NVIDIA graphics card, and then you need to play games at a higher frame rate, you can do that. And then if you have one of the newer Macs where you have a monitor that can support 120 frames, for you actually to get that smooth 120 frames on the 4K monitor with your new Mac, this would actually help you to do that. I will leave the link for you in the description for you to check out. In terms again of connection, for me, the case that I did use it for was through a dongle, so simply I did plug this into the dongle and then into the MacBook Air, and I had no issues, and I was running a Blender on the external monitor and then working with no issues at all. And I have been testing that cable for about a month right now, and I can say it's one of the best cables that I have used. And I personally will keep using them as I go forward with whatever devices that I have. I will definitely be getting more of these cables for my needs. Also, if you want to purchase one of these, I will leave all the links for you in the description. That's everything that I have, and I wish you guys a good day.